There's my friend Buzz up there. Oh, there he goes. Hello, hello. Fifi here. It's been a little while. Hope you're doing well. I'm enjoying a really beautiful, beautiful autumn day today. Look at that sky. Oh, just absolutely perfect autumn day. Can still hear Buzz there. Just out for a little walk and thought I would stop by and say hello. Wow, it's so bright, absolutely dazzling. I think my foil's probably catching the sunlight a bit. It's everywhere. Beautiful, absolute tonic for the soul. I went to the theatre on Thursday night to see The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which is one of my all-time favourites. It was absolutely incredible. If you get a chance to see the West End production that's on tour, if you're in the UK, definitely try and get to see it if you can. Absolutely incredible. But one thing I was struck by was the number of adults in the audience without children, myself included. Of course, there were quite a few kids there, obviously, as you would expect, but so many of us adults without children accompanying us. And I think, yeah, it's just we all just want to escape, don't we? We want to escape this reality. And Narnia, that whole fantasy land, is just the perfect way to do it. And I think it's just stood the test of time, hasn't it? Because it's just that story, that age-old story of good versus evil, that perennial story that's just woven into the very fabric of this place somehow. And it's just another reminder of this being a spiritual war we're in. The story's set during the Second World War. The children are evacuated off to the countryside, which is where they encounter the wardrobe and Narnia and have all their amazing adventures. And back then, the enemy seemed very clear. It was the Germans, it was Hitler. We were fighting to protect our shores, our women and children, our freedom. I wonder if C.S. Lewis had any idea that the true enemy, the one real enemy, is much, much, much closer to home. Forget the totalitarian tiptoe. It seems to be like a full-on can at this point. It's so in your face. There's reports of massive protests in Italy. They're all kicking off because of the digital wallet that's being forced onto people against their will, with the ever familiar tag of mandatory attached. They're not having it. I mean, there's still some attempt at stealth. So while we've got a lot of focus on the so-called brick card here in the UK, which a lot of people are very up in arms about, understandably so, behind the scenes you've got the one login, which is basically the one login to rule them all. So this is basically the government gateway, I think it was previously known as, which is where you can go online to apply for various things. It might be driving licenses, access benefits, pay bills, anything to do with the council, loads and loads and loads of stuff. But you've obviously always had the alternative paper routes, and this has been gradually increased, where do it online for your convenience, while they centralise everything even more. So this is, like I said, it's the one login to rule them all. It is the digital ID. It's already here. And what they are aiming at is to make any other route completely obsolete, or so difficult that you're effectively hamstrung when it comes to trying to access anything. It's the backdoor entry when it comes to the digital ID. So this is the more stealthy approach. The one good thing is it's getting out there. People are so much more suspicious and questioning, that when the alternatives are being stripped away, people are actually pricking their ears up and asking questions. As I've said over and over again, there comes a point where it's simply not possible to disguise the evil intent when the ends are in no ways justified by the means, or vice versa. It's just alerting more and more people to the fact that, yeah, we are living in an increasing tyranny. So why this tremendous push? Because this is what is really alarming a lot of people, or it's making them sit up and look around and question what the hell is going on here. It's all about getting this stuff through by 2030. What is it about 2030? What is it about this timeline? And again, it's this, bringing it back to this being a spiritual war. I believe that they're able to map the human consciousness, our collective consciousness, and they're very well aware that there's a time limit, there's a shelf life on what they're hoping to impose on us here. This tyrannical control system where everybody underneath that tiny line of the so-called elite, the soon to be obsolete, anyone down there is a slave to the system. But it seems to be that if this is not in place by a certain time, and 2030 seems to be one of the markers, that it's not going to succeed, or it's not going to succeed fully enough where they can really get this entrenched for the foreseeable, who knows how long. So it's like this race really to get to the finish line, but with every psyop, with every manufactured headline, with every new imposition, with every new scheme and this lockstep that's being rolled out across the world, it's just alerting people to there being something very wrong. They're out of time. I believe they're out of time. They're desperately trying to keep a pace with the Great Awakening, as it's been called, whatever it is, this shift into awareness of understanding that this is not how we're supposed to live, this is not natural, this is not organic. There is a very real evil here, there is a very real war upon us, and it's a war for our mind, it's a war for our beliefs, it's all encompassing. But more and more people are starting to look around and question what the hell is going on. And the more it speeds up, the more that questioning and awakening speeds up. So as hard as this is, it's not an easy time to be alive. It really isn't. Hence the desire to escape to Narnia. I believe the battle is won. We just need to catch up to that reality. So keep the faith, keep going, keep spreading the word. People are so much more receptive to our message now because things are unfolding at such a rapid rate and people are actually able to see things playing out before their very eyes in real time. Keep standing strong, keep standing together. Get down to your park. It's more important than ever to be making those real life connections with people who share your values and see the truth. And hopefully one day, not too far in the future, we won't be looking to escape our reality all the time. We'll just be able to live in peace and be happy with what we've got in this incredible, abundant, beautiful place. Take care, lots of love, peace.